Hello ladies, and welcome to Suzi's Glute Day. This is an isolated glute day to grow those booties, and if you've been following us here at Empire Athletics, then you know I started out the very bottom of bottoms. I've been lifting for about 6 months. I started out at 5'7", 130 pounds, and absolutely no booty. This is what an ideal glute day for me would look like. So starting off, we have our glute bridges. These are our main movements. My preferred technique, as you can see here, is with the barbell and the bench. However, you do have the option of the Smith machine if you're uncomfortable with the free weights. The idea here is to rest the bar in the comfortable position on your midsection. Just a heads up, there isn't one. So if anyone wants to invent something to help us out, be my guest. Anyway, as you can see, I use the pad to mitigate some of that pressure, but don't be a baby and just expect to feel something. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna squeeze your back, rest it on the bench because you're using the bench to angle. Use your body as a hook and keep the weight on your heels, and then just let your glutes do all the work. So use your glutes to thrust up until your body's parallel with the ground, and then just control it down. So I lack explosiveness, so what I try to do is explode up, squeeze at the top, and then control it on the way down. And that's just how you should do every single rep. This is a fairly heavy movement just because it is our main movement, so make sure it's heavy enough, but still with correct form. Also, do not be scared to fail. And you're about to see why. No! What Jordan's telling me right here is he's like, hey, make sure the pressure is equal on both sides, because a lot of it's form. As you can see, I can control this weight. You just have to make sure you're hitting the right angle. So take the time to learn the form first, and just really feel it out. And if you feel like you've got it, try again. If not, don't be scared to just back it down.
Done. No.
All right, moving on. The second movement that I do are the curtsy lunges. This is just my opinion. However, these, in my opinion, grow the top of your glutes and hit angles that I wasn't able to hit doing other things. Like, this is literally the only movement that I felt parts of my glutes, and I really like it because I'm trying to have a shelf booty. I guess it's like when a man says he wants the shelved chest, just the glute form of it. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna lunge back, put your knee all the way to the ground, but make sure you're controlling it. Don't just drop to the ground. Control it up and down. Go all the way to the ground. Use your glutes to come up. Squeeze at the top as much as you can. If you're feeling it too much in your quads, then you might need to back it down. As you can see, I'm only using, I think, a 25 right there. They do need to be fairly heavy. However, just make sure you're feeling it in the right places. Your quads will feel it a little bit just because essentially it is a lunge, but just make sure you're squeezing the glutes and exploding up. All right, so this is our finisher. These are cable kickbacks. By this time, you're just really exhausted. However, take the time to really squeeze the glutes here because you'll see a lot of growth from this. These need to be fairly light. They need to be heavy enough to where you feel the tension, but they need to be light enough to where you get a really good squeeze. Make sure your body is parallel. Make sure your back is straight. Make sure your hips are straight as well. You just want to make sure everything is where it needs to be because you only want to use your glutes. I'm fairly lanky, so sometimes it's a little awkward, but just make sure you extend your legs as much as you can. But make sure you're squeezing those glutes at the top too. So let's see. Everything straight, go up, control it on the way down because that cable will jerk you around. Don't let it jerk you around. Just control it on the way down, squeeze, come back. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you like it, comment, share it, follow us on Instagram.